Alright everyone, to kick off 2023, I finally finished what I started many years ago, Mortal Kombat 11. Got to do the Aftermath DLC and redo all of the classic towers. I'm really excited, finally booting up and recording something, because it's been a while since I've recorded any gameplay, so yeah, let's jump in. Alright everyone, I have a few Minecraft Treasure X's in my future, and this is not it. There's a few more I still need to pick up, and yeah, I did one of these ones, the Overworld, and had an absolute blast with it. It was so much fun. It was just, I've always been asking it, when is Minecraft going to be part of Treasure X, and it finally happened. Picked one up, did it, loved it, and I thought I want to see if there's any more, and yeah, there is more. And so you got this one, which is the standard, so I bought two of them because I think there's a different, yeah, sand or ooze, and I got the ooze one with my first one, so hopefully I'll get the sand at some point, or with these two I should say. Then you got this one, which you have Tundra Snow Amethyst Ooze, which is going to be really awesome. And this one I kept getting confused with that one, with the online purchasing, because I thought, oh, Minecraft Caves and Cliffs, so that's got to be the same thing. But no, what I realised is, so you've got Minecraft, and then there's a new lineup, so Minecraft Caves and Cliffs. So then I realised, oh, these are two different things, and yeah, I'm glad I realised that before purchasing like three of these, because this is just one. It's a inside of a cave, if I have it right, so it's there actually. So it looks like that. You're inside pretty much what it looks like when you're digging through the caves, and this one is like that one. You get a cube and you dig through it and you look for your treasure. So yeah, once I realised that confusion, I was like, oh, okay, I got it. And yeah, there's some other ones as well. There's the Nether Portal, and then the Ender Dragon set, which is a pretty big one. I'm still in debate if I want to get that one or not. I'll see how I go. And then there's a sand or ocean one, if I remember. And yeah, I'm going to try and get them all. This is going to be my main Treasure X at the moment. Anything Minecraft I'll be getting, because yeah, the Treasure X itself has been good, but once this showed up I was all in. I thought, I'm all in for Minecraft, and very excited. Cannot wait to get into digging through this one, or these two I should say, and hopefully get the gold apple. I think Dip's treasure, I think it's a gold apple if I remember. Doesn't say, I don't think. But yeah, cannot wait. A few months ago, I did a vlog on a really cool deck storage box, and if I remember, it's called the Xeno Hive. And what I was doing with that is going through my entire card collection, taking my most cherished cards, you know, cards that I personally love, and just I love the idea of just treating this box as like a treasure box and putting all those cards in there, keeping them safe, etc, etc. And I got a bit too excited. I've put so many cards in them, and I want to go through that and pretty much just filter out some of the cards and put them in a folder like this again, that I'll be happy to just put in here, and they don't need to be in that box. And what I also want to do is re-sleeve them all, and I've got some really nice gold sleeves to add to the effect of, oh, it's a treasure box, so we've got to have some nice gold sleeves. And yeah, I want to change the format up a little bit, so instead of going with the coloured sleeve, so in this case Yu-Gi-Oh was always a black sleeve, Pokemon's a red sleeve, and with the big storage box I want to use these really nice gold sleeves, and they look really nice. I did a test with one card and it looks really awesome. And what I like to use is the resealable dragon sleeves now, so they fit nicely onto the card, and then you can slip them into one of these, which is nice. So if you do want to change your coloured sleeves at some point, or just have a how do I put it, like a cleanup, so instead of, where was I going to go with that? But basically for duelists, if you're using them in tournament plays and they get damaged, at least the inside of the card and is inside a plastic sleeve, just take it out of the coloured one or one of these ones, and then you can replace it basically. And that's what I want to do with my setup now, instead of the way I usually do it, just to change it up a little bit. And with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I spent a long time deciding because I want to go from black to something else, and I thought really hard. I was going to go with one color, and I thought, oh, it might not work, it might not look good, but in the end I went with a nice yellow, because Yu-Gi-Oh is all about Egypt and that lore and all that stuff, and there's so many ancient battles that happened in ancient Egypt, and you know, very yellow, looking really nice. I'm really happy I went with that decision. It just fits Yu-Gi-Oh, the nice yellow sleeves, and unfortunately I ran out pretty quick of the dragon sleeves, so I'm just waiting to get some more now. And yeah, the reason that happened is actually, what have I got? I'm sure I got some. I couldn't have used them up already. How many PSA videos have I done? Like my custom ones. I think I've done 2 videos, so 20 sleeves. I've done 10 per video. And then I've done these ones. Oh, that's right. I've got to load it in a deck box because I wanted to start removing some cards out of this and moving to another folder. So I've already sleeved them, but I haven't put them in the folder yet. That's why, because I thought, oh, I haven't done that many, so I'm just waiting for some more of them to arrive. And on the subject of that, I really want to do another custom PSA video, but yeah, the person I normally buy them from is all sold out, so I'm just waiting for some of them. But yeah, I'm really liking how it's looking so far. So as soon as I get those sleeves, I'm going to spend a whole day just going through my card collection once again, going through them all and just having a good time, and yeah, very excited, and it's looking really nice. Actually, I'll pull a card out just to show. So there you go. Ooh. So you can see the dragon sleeve. Not really. Sorry, lighting's terrible. Oh, there you go. Look at the top there. So in a dragon sleeve, slipped into a nice yellow. Looks very nice. The lighting's not that good to show, but yeah, it just fits. It was really perfect. I'm glad I went with that choice. So yeah, got a busy couple of days coming up as soon as I get those other sleeves. Alright everyone, I've read a few comics the last few months. I was going to originally just... So whatever I've read, I'll put on my Kayne's Hideout list to talk about in those videos, but then I thought it'd be better if I did it as I finish reading the comics, because I like to get a load of comics, and every fortnight when it's comic day I'll put some money towards buying some digital issues that I'm currently reading. And yeah, I think that's a better way to do it, and instead of clogging up my Kayne's Hideout videos with, you know, oh, I've read this issue, and then it's like, oh, later in the video, now I read the next issue of that comic, and basically to try and clear it up a little bit. And I've definitely read a few, or caught up I should say, on some comics. To kick things off, Star Wars Bounty Hunters issue 4. This is a really great run because we're seeing more of the side stuff between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So Han's in his carbonite, and he's being, in this issue, he was being sold off in an auction. Darth Vader shows up, and then you have the gang like Leia, Lando, Chewie, and Luke Skywalker, I'm pretty sure, was there at some point, and then he fled because Darth Vader rocked up, and he was still on the what's the term? Suffering the negative effects from the last battle, and he lost his hand, etc. So really good. I'm enjoying the Star Wars Bounty Hunters. Red Sonja issue 4, and I'm pretty sure I've also got issue 5. So this is what I was talking about. So I read one issue like months ago, and then a few weeks ago I read issue 5, and I thought that's going to make it confusing in my hideout videos. But yeah, love my Red Sonja, and just continuing on this story arc where this child's got magic powers and people want to take her out, and she's trying to protect her, and yeah, really fun. I love my Red Sonja, and I'm loving this one, and the black, white and red run, so good. Issue 11 of Alien. I am a big fan of this run of Alien. I've said it a few times that I was really worried when Marvel picked up the Alien series and we're going to start releasing the comics under their tagline instead of Dark Horse, but geez, there's some of the stuff in this comic is really full on. Like, I've never seen such a grotesque imagery in a comic I've ever. When Dark Horse had it, there's some moments where I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna wash my eyes out. Holy crap, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, Life Zero issue 4. I'm really loving this comic. I'm hoping there's a sequel, because I think the next issue is the final issue, issue 5, and yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm loving this comic. It's really good. I don't want to compare it to Resident Evil, but I just have that vibe when reading this comic. It's just very Resident Evil. I'm loving it, and it really plans its moments well and catches you off guard, and issue 4 really made me go, oh my god. Caught up on volume 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! And volume 3. I am really enjoying the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. I can't believe it's taken me this long to actually get to reading it, and I'm having an absolute blast. It's so much fun, and don't get me wrong, there's a few dark moments, and yeah, what was his name? Shadi? One of the holders of a Millennium item. In the anime, he's quite a chill character, but in this, he's an absolute ruthless person, because he's punishing people that have stolen Egyptian artifacts, and he's trying to push Yugi to the edge, like Yami Yugi to the edge, trying to get him to realize his potential, etc. And yeah, I'm having an absolute blast, especially the side stuff. There was one of my favorites was the what are those little Tamagotchis? There was a chapter about that, and some character had infected his or broke his Tamagotchi, and I think what was he? He was challenging everyone else, and his monster was eating other people's monsters, and then they died. It was really cool. I really liked it. And we had Mokuba show up, Kaiba's brother, and he's an absolute dick in this. I love him. He's really he's in your face, and if I remember, one of his powers held Yugi up with a gun, and it was like, whoa, holy crap. So can't wait to read the next volume. Really having a blast. Issue 2 of Star Wars Mara Jade. It's really good to finally learn about this character, because I've heard about her, I know her story, marrying Luke Skywalker, and I just never completely knew who she was, and now I'm learning her origins, which is really cool. Very Kyle Katarn, I should say, working for the Empire, and then what's that term where you change sides? I've forgotten the word, damn it, I can't remember. Ninjets issue 1. I've been seeing this advertised quite a bit, so I thought I'd pick it up, and yeah, it's pretty good. I'm actually really enjoying it. It starts off with a group of, I think, young adult girls, or I think they range in age, and they've just been put in an isolated environment, and it's pretty much battle royal. You kill to survive, and the winner, I can't actually remember what the stakes were, but it's good. It's really fun. Well, not fun for them, I should say. Talking Red Sonja, Black, White and Red, issue 7. Once again, this is my favourite Red Sonja run at the moment, because it's just short stories, and I love that in a comic. It's really good. I actually couldn't remember if I read issue 4 of Vampyverse, but I decided to pick it up because, yeah, I think it's a couple more issues and then that wraps it up. And yeah, I've been missing my Vampirella. It's been a while. Alrighty, I think that's it for now. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot better than just saving them all for my hideout videos. So, funny enough, because I was just going to say, once I've read my comics for the day of Comic Day, I'll do a video on that night. Tomorrow is Comic Day, so I'll go to the comic shop, and what I normally do with my digital comics, I'll give myself a $20 budget and go through Amazon and just pick out the latest comic I want to read. And yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what I want to read. I really want to read another Yu-Gi-Oh! Volume. It's so much fun. Alright everyone, comic book day. I decided I'm gonna not save it for Kayne's Hideout anymore, but just do it in this style of vlog and then doing it in my Kayne file format. I think it's going to be a better way, and then I'm fresh after I've read them instead of waiting for so long. So yeah, picked up a few comics and I did my tablet as well. Got 4 comics, I thing. No, I got a manga. Spoiler alert, I bought another Yu-Gi-Oh volume. I haven't got to reading that just yet because, yeah, I like to binge through that in one go, and I'll save it for another night. But let's get to it. First things first, I did it again. Bought another pop vinyl. This one was just really cool. It's a Marvel Lucha Libre edition, and we've got Venom as El Venenoid, and it just looked really, really cool. And there's a few more there as well. So you've got Spider-Man. Hang on, I can't see on my finder. El Arachno, Spider-Man, El Venenoid, El Furioso, the Hulk. That's cool. El Hero Invicto, Iron Man, I think. Yeah, I think so. And then we got La Estrella Cosmica, which I think is Captain Marvel. El Animal Indestructible, Wolverine. And then we got Il Chimichanga de la Medite. I think I got that right. Sorry if I did. Deadpool. So, yeah, I'm just going to put my camera down and get it opened. Actually, I can do it one-handed. This is really cool. I really like this one. Really awesome. I'm going to stick you there. Alrighty, first comic. We have... Oh, this was a really good one. Batman... I forget what it's called. I think it's on the back. Just Batman and Spawn, issue 1. Really fun. I like this one. They've timed it. I forget the community, the Owl Society. They've done something where they've put the timelines together where when Bruce Wayne lost his loved ones and Spawn lost his loved ones, and they've patched it together and basically try to turn them two against each other, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. Alrighty, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, the second run. Really enjoyed this. I can't remember if I even picked up the first run of this comic. I'm sure I didn't, and I want to read it now, so I've got it on my list to follow and purchase on my Amazon store. And yeah, this is really good. Alrighty, specs. I picked this up because I just had really big They Live vibes. Was that what that movie was called, with Roddy Piper wearing the glasses and seeing the people as aliens? And that's what I got from this, but I don't want to spoil it because I struggled to get into it at first. It was sort of, is anything going to really pick up? And then at the end, oh boy, it did. So without giving too much away, main character is a comic book fan, or his brother had a few comics, and there was an ad for these glasses, so he ordered them, and when you wear them, you can say whatever you want. I want $100. Wish granted. You get $100, but the catch is it has to be small. So you can't just say I wish for $1 billion. You got to wish for $1 million. And there was a moment. It's like there's always a negative at some point. If I remember, they were struggling on a test, so they're like, oh, I wish we passed this test, like the character and his friend. Well, they passed the test, but their answers were exactly the same, including the wrong answers, so they failed. But yeah, the ending was like, oh shit, that was really, so I'm hooked now. I really want to read the second issue. 3 keys, I think. It was alright. The art's really cool, but I just struggled. There was just one character in this issue, just annoying. So they work in a comic shop, and basically one of the workers, she's just I don't work here because I read comics, that's for nerds. I'm just like, oh, fuck off. Yeah, she was just annoying. Alright, everyone, The Clay of the People, Colossus. Not a comic for everyone. If you don't like very in-your-face themes, this deals with the end of World War II, with the Nazis and the Jewish people in concentration camps. It doesn't get so much into detail, it's just the end, but the main character, he's Asian Jewish, so he gets picked on with that. It's very racist, it's very mean, and it's definitely not going to be for everyone, especially if you can't handle those kind of themes. It's very mature. It's definitely very mature, and the plot of this comic is so one of the survivors, like one of the Jewish people who survived, he found this notebook, if I remember, and it has this magic power to bring a clay person to life, which the Nazis were going to try and use. And basically he gives it to the kid who finds out he's being bullied, and you can probably work out what happens with that. So yeah, I liked it, and it's only a one shot. It's continue for now, but yeah, it gets brutal. Okay, so that's all the physical. Now onto the digital. Alrighty, I started the final season of The Walking Dead. I know it's far gone from what it used to be, but I still love the show. It hooks me every time I start a season, and I wait for the full seasons now because I just hate how they always ended on a cliffhanger. So yeah, I'm just currently watching that, and I decided to get back into the Walking Dead comic. I have 4 of the books, if I remember, or 3 of them. I thought I was at the right issue. I just reached the part where the governor invades the prison, takes everyone out, and Rick and they get away. But I think this is a couple of issues before that, but that's okay, because what's really great with this comic in particular, this is the Walking Dead Deluxe edition. So originally the comics were in ink, it was black and white, there was no colour. Well, what they've done is they've gone back and now they're putting colour into the issues, and I thought, well, this is great, I'll get back into it, and yeah, I'll start from where I left off. So it should be happening any issue now. I think the next issue is when he invades, and yeah, I was a big fan of the comic. When the show first aired, I thought I want to get the books or the comics, and yeah, I got a few of them, and I decided that I didn't want to get the books anymore because A, they were hard to find, and I was always there was always the one sold out that I needed, and yeah, just with storing them, I thought, I just don't have the room. Well, perfect, now I've gone to digital, I can continue on and have it in colour form, so yeah, really excited, can't wait. Issue 5 of Life Zero. I think the next issue is the final issue. What a twist this issue, it made me... Going back to The Walking Dead, to Walking Dead fans out there, you remember the moment when season 2 happened, everyone was looking for what was Carol's daughter? Sophia, I think it was. You remember when she went missing, and you were just heartbroken when you realised that the zombies that Herschel and the farm, they were keeping all the walkers in there, and the last zombie that walked out was a zombified Sophia. That killed me. It killed a lot of fans. I remember watching that scene, I was like, oh my god. Well, this issue gave me that same feeling, because in the previous issue, this character and his wife are trying to find their daughter trapped in a zombie zone, and they find her, but she's been bitten, and one of their teammates, he doesn't even hesitate, shoots her in the head. So the husband and the wife are very distraught. He ends up taking out that guy because he's very, I don't care about anything else, this is all about the mission. Something, we don't actually see what happens. I actually can't recall if we see him take him out. They left him behind, if I recall. So at the end of that issue, the wife reveals she's been bitten, so she asks him to take her out, and it ends on a cliffhanger. So this issue starts off with him pulling the trigger, but one of the doctors pulls her away and misses the shot. It's revealed that you don't turn if you're bitten. What turns you is when you die. If I have this right, there's this cloud that surrounds the city, and it was almost like nanomachine bugs, and that's what brings you back to a zombified state, and you become like an animal. So you're not a zombie, you're essentially an animal. When you get bit, you just get sick, you have a fever, almost like the flu, and yeah, you're fine. If you get bit, you're fine, there's nothing wrong, you'll survive no matter what. Well, he and the wife are now broken because their daughter was fine, and I was like, oh my god, it was a big twist, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, this comic, it is something. I thought, oh yeah, it's another zombie comic, but what a twist that was. I couldn't believe it. I read the first issue of Nocturia a few months ago and I really liked it, so I put it on my wish list. So this is issue 2, and yeah, I didn't have the same feeling. It was very dialogue driven, whereas the first one, if I recall, it sets up that the sunlight's dead, there's no sun anymore, so everything's pitch black, and then there's these monsters hanging around, so everyone's trying to keep away. And don't get me wrong, there was a moment where there was a bit of action, but yeah, it didn't catch me, unfortunately. So I'm hoping the next issue picks up. If not, I'm gonna, scrap it. I should have started with this, really. Volume 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm really enjoying the manga and haven't got to reading it yet. Like I said, I want to save it for another night, and just because I like to binge through it all in one. It's so good. I'm really enjoying it, and hopefully this one, it brings in, because in the last volume, Duel Monsters was introduced, and that was a really cool match, Yu-Gi against Kaiba. But then it sort of went away from that. It started focusing on other things, so hopefully we see more in this issue, or volume I should say. Alrighty, I'm liking that a lot more. I'm going to do that from now on. Comic day, read through my comics, do a video on it, instead of holding out for so long, because yeah, I always forget what happens in those issues when I wait so long, whereas today I'm still fresh on it, so I'm going to do that, and I'll just add it to my Kayne files, and it'll probably be twice a month, because I do comic day on every fortnight, so every payday. Alright everyone, just finished up an unboxing and clearing up, and I just wanted to do a little vlog, because it's not every day I have such luck with a Pokemon unboxing. Just the amazing pulls that I got, it was just one after the other. And this was the Pokemon the Evolution Premium Collection box that's just come out, where it has a V-star of every evolution in like a spiral. It was really cool, and so I got all of them. And another rainbow rare for the collection. As soon as I pulled that out, I was like, oh my god! So that's number 3 now for me, which is awesome, especially when I get them out of these random boxes. It's just really awesome. So yeah, another one for the collection. Really good stuff. Man, it's a sad day for me. My awesome controller for PS4 that I picked up probably a year after I picked up my PS4 back in 2014. A really cool controller, because I'm always a fan of translucent stuff, and yeah, the D-pad wouldn't go down properly. So for example, for some reason the down D-pad wasn't working properly, and it was lagging a little bit when I was playing a game. So I thought, alright, it's probably just, a bit dirty under there, I'll clean it out. So try to take it apart, and the screws are a little corroded, like very aged, so I managed to get it off. I've done a lot of controllers, like taking apart controllers like PS1, PS2, etc, and even a PS3, so I thought I could do the PS4. Nope, I was wrong. As soon as I was trying to take the shell out, I heard a snap, and yeah, I've pretty much just wrecked it. So yeah, I have to retire it, unfortunately, and I'm really bummed out. It was one of my favourite controllers that I was using for my PS4. I mean, I've had a couple of blank ones. I had the standard one, then I bought a spare one, if I remember, and I thought I really want one that, that's really cool, and I picked this one up, and what a sad day. It's gone. So now I'm going to be using the PS2 limited edition one. I picked one of these up because it was just really cool, and I did have displayed on my wall until it fell off the wall. So yeah, you're next in line, buddy. I'll be using you from now on, and my other one will be retired. Bummed out. Alright everyone, I'm really excited right now because Yu-Gi-Oh! For the 25th anniversary are going to be re-releasing, or release reprints of some older booster boxes, and those boxes are going to be Legend of Blue Eyes, Metal Raiders, Magic and Spell Ruler, Invasion of Chaos, and Pharaoh's Servant. And then there's another one I can't remember the name of, but I'm really excited because I've always wanted Yu-Gi-Oh! To do like what Pokemon did with their Evolutions set, where they reprinted a lot of classic cards back from the base set, like the first ever set of Pokemon cards. Now Yu-Gi-Oh's finally doing it, and I'm really excited, and I'm going to take a break from unboxing any card stuff, because all my time's going to go into them and getting the whole set, and I'm really excited, cannot wait. And what I'm hoping for as well, it's not going to be a last for a month and then there's going to be no more. I'm hoping that they sort of hang on to those sets for a while, because I'll just keep trying to buy, every now and again, I'll get another box and see if I can pull out maybe a Blue Eyes, Exodia, etc. Metal Raider's got some really cool ones like Gate Guardian, which I did pull out, if I remember, from my Metal Raiders, if I remember. Yeah, and then I think I pulled out 2 of the pieces as well. Man, I need to go back and watch my unboxing. So, an Invasion of Chaos, I can finally say that I unboxed an Invasion of Chaos booster box, because the one I did was unfortunately fake and just never got around to finding a box, because yeah, that one was really expensive at that time. I mean, back then, a first edition Legend of Blue Eyes was about 500 to 600. Invasion of Chaos was like 1,000 at that time. It was really weird, but hopefully now I can say I've actually done one. Alright everyone, another comic book day, and I've got something really cool as well. It'd been sitting in the shop for the last few months and I'd always go past it, and today I finally thought, yeah, I really want it. It's really cool. So, let's get to it. Okay, issue 1 of the Purple Oblivion. It's not creepy, but there's some strangeness going around it. It's like these leeches, and they're using these leeches to make drugs, but they're getting these leeches from this dude who's in a container. It's really trippy, but I'm hooked and I want to read the next issue. It's definitely my kind of comic, like just wacky and just insane. Issue 1 of Ninja Gaiden, not Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, I was expecting more ninja stuff, and yeah, didn't really get that, so I don't know if I'm going to get the next issue. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Armageddon game. I wasn't feeling it. For a Ninja Turtle comic, normally I'm all over it, but yeah, not this one, unfortunately. Another bust. Issue 1 of Deathgasm. This comic was insane and I loved every bit of it, and I can't wait to read the next one. And apparently there was a movie around this universe released in like 2015, and it looks batshit insane and I want to watch it. It's just like a supernatural thing. You got a band and they're monster hunters, and it was insane and I loved it. I got a lot of insane comics today. Issue 1 of Mr. Easter. The owner of the shop said that you're gonna have a great time with this comic. I highly recommend it, and it is great. You're just following this bunny. He's a bounty hunter hunting down these creatures, and just it's insanity. It's really fun. Alrighty, so I bought another figure and it was just eye-catching. I'm loving some of these companies, how they're going with their figures and just presenting them. Casey Jones, from just his first appearances, and just look at the style they've gone with. A very comic style, cell shading. I'm loving them, and I want more figures to go with this route. It's just really cool, and I like this, and I love some of the figures that NECA release. It's like really solid colors, very blotchy, and just very colourful. And yeah, I hope we get more of these. They're really, really awesome. I'm loving the idea that a figure looks like it's been pulled right out of a comic, and yeah, I hope more do that. It's really nice. It definitely pops out, and it's really cool. Alrighty, Tablet Comics, and to kick things off, got a Resident Evil comic. I'm positive this run of Resident Evil comic was not on the Amazon store or Kindle store. I forgot what site you go through. I mean, I got it through Amazon, through Kindle to my tablet, and yeah, I'm sure this wasn't there before, because I was always checking Resident Evil comics to purchase for my tablet, Mortal Kombat, Tomb Raider, and I was always going back and forth just checking, and yeah, we got this one, and I have seen this one before, just through Google Images and all that stuff, and yeah, I'm really happy. We finally got a Resident Evil comic that I can read, and I really want there's like a manga series, and it's like a island, if I remember, and I'm hoping they do that at some point. But yeah, what a great read. I love my Resident Evil, and yeah, this is insane. A few moments. Tell you what, I keep forgetting I can browse through. So yeah, we start off in space. Something goes wrong, so we're investigating. There's a licker. And the funny thing is, the licker can't move in space, so she kills it, no problem. Then we got this BSA team. We're going down, crash. They crash. Injured. We're under attack. Oh, look at those bioweapons. When I saw this part, I was like, oh shit, because if you look at that guy to the right, the left, I mean, he's starting to turn into a licker, and yeah, it's like the theory that before a chimera, or after, if a certain zombie has a certain DNA, they turn into a chimera, which they then turn into a licker. I actually don't know if that's been confirmed. I just remember hearing about it. I just want to show one more panel. I won't do this for every comic. It was just eye-catching some moments. So we found another bioweapon. It's like a plant leech monster, and yeah, it's digesting the other crew. Got a bit of Resident Evil 5. I forgot the Plagas in that one. Look at that beast. So yeah, what a great read. Alrighty, Yu-Gi-Oh! Volume 4. Once again, just having an absolute blast. I'm just loving the story for this, and it's just amazing how different the anime went, and I can understand why. Trust me, some of the shit that goes on in this manga is insane. I mean, in this manga, actually, I'll get to it. So Kaiba invites the gang to his mansion. I know, right? Kaiba actually invited people to his mansion. I mean, it's a trick anyway, but yeah, his brother Mokuba challenges him to a game. You spin this roulette table with food, and yeah, whatever you pick, you got to eat. But unfortunately, some have been poisoned, and he's got the antidote. So I can understand why the anime went in such a different route, and that's alright, because it's something different. At least I'm reading this, and it's not a complete copy of what I've seen. And there is a few parts in this that, I mean, there's the part where, like the famous scene where Kaiba rips up Grandpa Moto's blue eyes. Well, in this volume, actually, Kaiba invites Yugi to a new tournament, a new amusement park kind of thing, and he then challenges his grandpa, and he destroys him in a duel, and yeah, rips up the blue eyes card. And and what I like with this issue, it's starting to plant the seeds that Kaiba's invented a new game, because he loves video games and card games especially, and he's creating a new game, and it's Duel Monsters, which I'm really excited for him to finally unleash that. So yeah, challenging Moto. Virtual reality is scary. And he draws his blue eyes. I got 3 blue eyes, and yeah, he got them from. So he used one to force bankruptcy, got one, and made a deal with the mafia, and someone committed suicide over it. So yeah, and the famous rip of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then after that, there's a so he challenges Yugi. I forgot the names of Joey, Jono, and then Tristan. I forgot his name. I think it's like Hono or something. I forget. And then Taya, and they got to try and escape, and it's insane. This manga is insane, and like I said, completely different from what we got with the anime. Final issue of Life Zero, and what a roller coaster this comic was, and really enjoyed it. And yeah, I don't think there's any plans for another run, and it does end on a bit of a cliffhanger, and I hope they do at some point keep it going, because yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just loved the twist. It's another zombie outbreak, blah blah blah, the dead walk, and you get bit, you turn. You don't turn. They're just animals, and it's really trippy how they've gone with it, and it's great. And final issue of this run of Alien, and I had an absolute blast with this. Like I mentioned a few times, I thought when Marvel was going to take over, it was going to be bad, but no. I honestly think this was more brutal than anything Dark Horse ever released, and that's not me to trying to start a fight, but some of the moments in this comic I've gone, oh my god, it's insane. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like the Alien Annual comic. It's like a one shot. I'm pretty sure I picked a physical copy of that, so I don't need to read the next one, but I'm looking forward to another run of this. Issue 49 of The Walking Dead Deluxe. I was way behind from what I thought I had ended on when I was reading the physical books. So when I looked up what books I had read and what issue I finished on, I must have done the little books, not the actual big books, because I got the nice hardback ones. And yeah, so once I realised, I thought, oh okay, well I'll skip to the issue that I need to pick up from. And yeah, it's great. I love my Walking Dead, and almost finished with the final season. I've just hit the episode where the Commonwealth shit hits the fan, and the snobby prick who thought he was being clever, throwing what's her name to a walker, and Eugene saves her and gets his throat ripped off. And I thought, sock it, bitch. So in this issue, I actually forget the timeline. So we've done the prison thing, yeah. So that everyone's all split up. I think we're gonna get to Alexandria. No, we've got to get to the cannibals if they're following so in the show, everyone splits up, blah blah. Then everyone has their own issues with their things going on, and then you have the cannibals, and then a big storm, if I remember, and that's when I've forgotten his name now. The dude who had the spiky ball for an arm now in the show, he saves them. And so I don't know how much that is from the comic, but at this point, yeah, I've just the aftermath of the prison, and yeah, I look forward to the next issue. Alright everyone, I picked up a book, Long Live Mortal Kombat Round 1, The Fatalities and Fandom of the Arcade Era, and I'm very much looking forward to reading this book because I love Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2 was my first video game I can ever remember playing. I was like 4 years old at the time, and I love just reading stories of people, because this is what the book's about. So the origins of Mortal Kombat when it first hit the scene, the controversies it caused, and basically just people telling their stories of them growing up in the arcade scene. And I love things like that. I think it's really interesting, and it's just nice to learn how it all was back then, just to sort of have an idea for, you know, I missed out on all that, so I'm looking forward to it. And another cool thing that I didn't realise when I picked it up, so you got David or Croddock, I believe, who writ the whole thing, if I got that right, and then forewords by John Tobias, the co-creator of Mortal Kombat, right beside Ed Boon, and that's how Noob Saibot came to be with the name, and James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd. That's awesome. I didn't realise that, and it wasn't until I was trying to read the book and I couldn't get it through Comixology app, and I realised, oh well, duh, it's not a comic. So I was trying to figure it out, and that's when I was starting to look at the cover, and then I realised, oh shit, the angry video game nerd. So that's going to be really cool. Yeah, I haven't actually watched not a lot, but I haven't checked in on his stuff lately. I need to see what he's been up to, because yeah, it's been a while. But so yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. Can't wait.